and welcome to my pregnancy rambles week 30. Yes, week 30, so 10 weeks to go. Yeah, oh boy, I've been quite tired as usual. Third trimester is bringing its tiring challenges, but we're getting there, so that's the important thing. We have 10 weeks to go, which is really exciting. Not a lot's changed, but I did get my whooping cough jab the other day, which came with a bit of a story, so I thought I'd just film it. And yeah, because I know I've told some people, but if it's on here I could be like, just go watch the video. So yeah, it was like 28 degrees I think on the day I had my whooping cough jab, so I was like, oh, I was debating whether to change it, but it was already quite late, and because we think I'm a week ahead, I've got hair in my mouth. Sorry about that. So we actually think I'm a week ahead of where they're telling me, because when I initially did my dates it did come up as the 17th of November, which does make it 5 days ahead. So I didn't want to postpone it any longer, because it's best if you get it done before 32 weeks, or they advise you get it between 28 and 32 weeks, so I didn't really want to postpone it anymore. I should have booked it earlier, that's what should have happened, but you live and you learn. So yeah, I decided no, I'm gonna do it, and I just thought, oh, I'm feeling a little bit unwell, but I just thought, oh, it's probably just, you know, my anxiety about getting a jab, because also I went on my own, which was, yeah, so I drove into town, relevant for the story, and yeah, I was gonna get some donuts from Morrison's, so I parked in the car park, and I thought, great, if I've got something like donuts to think about getting afterwards, I'd be like, right, I'll focus on that and not like getting a jab and stuff. So that was good. So the doctor's surgery is about probably like no more than a 7-minute walk from Morrison's. I would have said it's probably more like 5. So yeah. I then go into the doctor's. I got there ridiculously early because I didn't want to be late, so I was actually at the doctor's at 1:30. My appointment was at 2, and they were running 10 minutes late, so I didn't actually get to see the nurse until 2:10. So obviously I've been sat in a hot doctor's office, sweltering because it's ridiculous. I've been drinking lots, but the thing is, they're giving me these tiny little cups like this big, and their water fountain is behind the reception desk, so I've got to kind of get up every time, which I don't really want to do, because like obviously with being hot anyway, I'm like so yeah, I did drink quite a bit, and I drank my water bottle before I went in, so it wasn't like I was madly dehydrated or anything. So I said, yeah, I'm a bit nervous, and I said, look, can I lie down when you do it, just because I think I'll be a little bit better. And I kind of said, yeah, I'm a little bit worried because when I overheat I do feel a little bit unwell. And yeah, that's fine. So this is whooping cough. They actually also give you polio and tetanus again, so it's basically like a booster. So I actually had this when I was 15, so 12 years ago. Yeah, so I was like, this inoculation isn't for me, by the way, this is for baby alone, so I'm already inoculated and that's fine. So basically, because there's a lot of whooping cough at the moment, they advise pregnant women to get the whooping cough jab, so that they basically are inoculated for the first 2 months, and so your baby doesn't get it, and obviously once they're 2 months they can have the jab themselves. It will properly top their system up, but it just protects them for those 2 months. So yeah, anyway, back to the doctor's office, or nurse's office rather. So yeah, I'm lying there and it's fine, so she gives me the jab, that's fine. It's a little bit painful, but that bit doesn't bother me, to be honest. I think it must have been the heat and my anxiety about it. I know my anxiety was worse than the actual thing. So basically I said, oh, I am feeling a little bit funny. She said, would you like to sit next to the fan? I think in hindsight, obviously you can say in hindsight and whatever, but I probably should have stayed on the bed resting just for a little bit longer. So I thought, no, I'll go and cool down by the fan, because to me that makes more sense. And I probably should have drunk a little bit more as well. However, you know, I can say all this, but you know, it happened the way it happened. You know, I'm fine now, that's the important thing. So I started to feel funny, and I was like, I don't feel right, to the nurse, and I said, I think I'm going to pass out. I'm not going to pass out in the next 30 seconds, but I think I'm going to pass out. And she was like, no, you know, you'd have already passed out if you were going to pass out. And I was like, I know my body quite well. I've passed out before and I know it quite well. So I was sat on the chair and she was very good at supporting me. The only issue is she couldn't leave me by myself, obviously, because I've said I think I'm going to faint. Obviously, sensibly, she didn't, because I was like, I probably need some water, and she was like, well, there's no water in here. There was a sink, but I just presumed that wasn't drinking water, so I just thought, you know what, sometimes when you're just like, I really can't be bothered to argue because I'm not well, yeah. So this was obviously, if I'd have gone with someone, they could have gotten me water, but anyway. So yeah, I passed out. Thankfully I had lots of notice, so I kind of was like, yeah, my vision's blacking out, and I don't really remember much after that. Probably about 5 seconds after I said my vision's blacking out, maybe 10 seconds, I passed out. So at least the nurse kind of knew I was going to, so she had very good warning. So yeah, I came to and she was like saying my name. And I just thought I'd woken up from a dream again, but once I came to, I did feel a lot better than before I fainted, which is nice. So I was like, well, do you know what, if I needed a reboot, I needed a reboot. So that was all fine, so I was, you know, great. Then, because obviously I'm pregnant, they wanted to make sure, like, my blood pressure is fine before they let me go. So I'm having a few camera issues, so hopefully editing it will be all fine. So yeah, they want me to see the doctor, to check my blood pressure. I had the car parked and I had like 30 minutes left, so I basically had a friend come pick it up, but it was a bit stressful, because obviously I'd just fainted, trying to get the car sorted, and I'm waiting, you know. I ended up having to wait an hour and a half for the doctor, so I don't think I got out of there until at least 4 o'clock, which is a little bit frustrating, but hey ho, you know, at least I was okay. So yeah, they checked my blood pressure, which is 101/74. Normally it's 100/60, so it was a little bit higher, but apparently it's normal for after you fainted. Doctor was pretty happy that I was alright, but yeah, so I couldn't drive. So I had a very kind friend, thank you if you're watching, so yeah, she basically sorted it all out with the car park, and that was fine, so I wouldn't get a ticket. And then I had another friend who lives around the corner from the doctor's, and she said, yeah, go, somebody will be at home. She wasn't actually there, but thank you again. And so I stayed there for an hour whilst my husband came home. Thank you very much to you as well. And yeah, so that was all fine. So I got driven home by my husband in the end, and I did feel a bit unwell that evening, so it was probably wise that he did. So yeah, that was a bit of an adventure, put it that way. But yeah, the good news is it's the day after today and I am fine. Baby is fine. Baby has been moving like crazy the other day. I chased a little hand round the womb. It was really cute. I'm assuming it was a hand because of where Jelly Bean is now lying. It would make more sense being a hand. Basically, I felt a little kind of lump and then like little lumps coming off it. So I'm like, pretty sure that's a hand, not a foot, because the foot keeps on pushing me in the hip, so I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's a hand, because it was quite high, because it was above my belly button. So I kind of prodded it to see what it was, and then I was chasing it downwards. Jelly Bean obviously didn't like me prodding it, but I was just like, I got so excited, and obviously I'm not putting a lot of pressure on, so yeah. Midwife puts more pressure on, so I'm sure it's fine. Yeah, so that's all that. I've got my next midwife appointment, so today is Thursday. I have it not tomorrow, but the next Friday, so I'm having them every 3 weeks now, which is really exciting. And yes, they're going to check my thyroid again, because they didn't do it at my anti-D appointment, which is a bit annoying, but at least it's getting checked. So yeah, my womb will be measured, and last time it was 28 centimetres, which is pretty normal for 28 weeks. So yeah, I think it's quite normal to grow about 1 centimetre a week. So yes, that's really exciting, and we shall see what comes next, really. There's not a lot more to update. I just thought, let's tell the story. So yeah, thank you very much for listening to this pregnancy rambles video. Give it a like if you liked it. I'm still going to film them and upload them because I'm enjoying it, so yeah, even if you don't like them, I will. Yeah. Yay to liking my own stuff. But yeah, so bye from me and Jellybean. I will talk to you soon. Bye.